Hello Pisces, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is your reading for the lunar eclipse on the 5th of July. Now Pisces, I laid out your reading last night, and it was similar to the other readings I've done recently, a Kipper reading. Let me think now. Basically, you had been dealing with someone in your past who was a bit of a buffoon. They lied in their communication to you because actually something had sparked off in their life, like a legal matter or some sort of, it might have been a court case, but it was something that rather than being like straight up and tell you what was going on, they just were like an infant and didn't lie to you and left you hanging. What happened next? They were all very regretful about it. And I think, oh God, it's so annoying. I think you'd moved on, but like really not in a big way. That's what I remember from it. Okay, here we go. So I've done a slightly different spread. I've been reading for like 6 hours solid, and I've had 2 hours sleep. So if my voice is crap, that will be why. But I thought I'd set myself a target to at least get some generals out on a regular basis regardless, and here we are. So the reading that you have here for this lunar eclipse, and do cast your mind back to the summer of 2018, because this lunar eclipse will be in connection with that, and this is what will ultimately probably be wrapping up for you Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. And it is about a friendship. I'm not really getting like a major love relationship here. It was a really I mean, the friends card is just lovely. This, so like BFS, this is like friends for life. This can be, they're just really supportive. They're always there for one another. They text each other every day. They have an absolute riot, and everything is just lovely. And yet this connection has dissolved, and it has yet to come back around. We have got the 5 of Cups at the base of the deck here. So one or both of you is still missing the other. There's some regret here. There's definitely sadness with Pawn as well, Daughter in reverse. This is like having real nightmares about this. It could be that one or both of you has suffered a depression because of the breakup of your relationship. Friendship, specifically friendship, may even have required some sort of therapy for this. I mean, I say it's a friendship, but I do have the marriage card here. So that doesn't need to indicate marriage. It's just a really tight friendship, and something has gone very awry here. Now, I'll give you the people I'm reading for. I think this feels like my feminine. Throw it away. Well, it feels like a warmer energy. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a feminine. This is a rebel. Maybe without a cause. And it does depict a feminine. This is someone who challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve their inner needs. This seems like a really cool person, I have to say. This is my skunk spirit. So someone who really does know their worth, is really comfortable. She actually seems like a little bit like, I say she, but I know it can be he. Quite bohemian, very sort of chilled. She's got a lot of ideas that she'd like to sort of bring into life. She has a vivid imagination with the electric eel spirit here. She may be like into spirituality in a big way, whatever that may mean for you. But I just see her as someone who's pretty zen, pretty chill, doesn't take much nonsense here. The person in the other side of this friendship is the engineer, the lion spirit and the mouse spirit in reverse here, okay? So this is someone who actually, I mean, they might be very prideful with the lion spirit here. But actually what I'm getting from this is this feels like a large person, and they've got like this big, warm, loving heart, but they literally either don't know how to express it or deny it. The engineer is a very cold energy. This is someone who will always make a decision, a logical, rational decision. Whether it's, you know, it will never come from the heart. Their head will always overrule their heart, is what I'm trying to say. And with the mouse spirit in reverse here, this is like a micromanager. It almost feels slightly robotic, I have to say. And yet we do have the lion spirit here, you know, so there is real warmth, but it's absolutely not on show, or it's just not how they what they give priority to. Yeah, because the mouse spirit in reverse, this is someone who procrastinates for a start, probably got a lot of like Virgo in their chart. They have to get every detail just right. They can lose track of time just because they're thinking literally all the time. They're just thinking and analysing. They've probably got a wee slide rule that they're going to get out and, like, you know, measure the trajectory and the possible outcomes of the relationship. Totally identify. I've got a Virgo stellium anyway. But this is quite an obsessive nature, and it almost feels like a shame because they have this amount of warmth and generosity. Can't speak. I'm almost saying a glass of wine. Done for the day. But they don't follow that. They're almost afraid to follow that because they might be slightly overwhelmed if they've missed a detail, a gesture, something that they haven't sufficiently researched enough. They might make a mistake. They're afraid of making a mistake. So the warmth is there, but it's not really acknowledged. And, you know, wee baldy blonde guy here takes over with all his micromanagement and slide rules and whatnot. So we've got the Singer of Healing in reverse here with the Eight of Wands and the Mature Man. So there has been a breakdown in communication. Either this is yet to happen or it's already happened for the Pisces I'm reading for here. I actually feel it's less, I mean, it could be a breakdown. They're obviously not in contact and it's not like coming back together. Then I don't really get that there's been an argument as such. There's nothing to suggest that. They're just not on the same wavelength at all. At all. Yeah. I've got an image of one person who's, you know, on like zenning out in, you know, a field of poppies, and another who's sat, you know, I don't know, at a workbench doing algorithms. I can't help it. That's just what I see. So they can't go on the same wavelength. There's been a major miscommunication here. The Singer of Healing in reverse, it suggests that this is yet to be healed. It's not been renewed. It's not been restored. There's no sort of active participation in correcting whatever this miscommunication or stalled communication has been. The Mature Man is my engineer. No question. The Rebel isn't really featuring here, I'll be honest. Might be a pawn as well, daughter. So the connection itself, which was at some point really quite beautiful, really fused and connected, and I sort of, did I get community? No. Yeah, it was a really, really powerful connection. And then there's been huge disappointment here. The disconnect with the Nine of Cups in reverse, the lack of wish fulfillment, has been the occupation and the change. So someone may have just had to relocate because of a job, or that's what they've chosen to do, and that's why this friendship is sort of, you know, derailed. Or I would say that it's not major, but it is, because the Tower slap bang in the middle of the reading. If the Tower wasn't here, it would have just seemed like you know, you weren't really in touch anymore. You hadn't texted for a couple of months, but you pick up where you leave off, that sort of thing. But the Tower under the friendship is major, so it would suggest that there has been something big here, and it's really obliterated this. So yeah, maybe I just change in occupation, or someone has just chosen to focus their attentions elsewhere. with this change. Again, I feel it's the engineer because it just seems more like the mature man's nature to be really focused on work. Maybe even a workaholic. But something's come up here on the work front and they've chosen to deal with that. As I say, the reading I got yesterday, it was less to do with that. It was they had been deceptive in their communication. Something had happened and it was a bit of a mess. But rather than communicate that, they didn't. They just done one. So the friends, we have got the Tower, obliteration, and the distant horizons. So someone really might have relocated here, and that's why you're not really coming together. Now the distant horizons card, this is actually a really lovely card. It can be just like dropping any sort of dead weight. Maybe this friendship wasn't going anywhere. Maybe it was more than a friendship to one person. They'd hoped to develop a romantic relationship from it, and it just wasn't happening. So someone has decided to drop it, and that is what has created the Tower. But the distant horizons card can also be about fantasies and dreams and aspirations. And with the friends card here, they do sort of look like that. You know, they were like completely on the same trajectory. They had like a lot of great ideas together. They were really supportive, and yet there has been a major change here, which has created a major rift. And now we have indecision, Indy in reverse, with 3 of Pentacles in reverse in the house. So I don't know if this is actually connected to someone's house here. I really did get a feeling that someone's house had fallen in, or they've had to do a lot of rebuilding and a lot of renovation in their house. I mean, this may not be connected to this relationship. This just may be something else that's going on within the picture. But the 3 of Pentacles in reverse is obviously not working together, not communicating, and it can be like laziness and shoddy workmanship as well. And Indy being in reverse here, this is not being able to make a decision at all. Indy being upright can't make a decision. He's really wishy-washy, he's in and out, even though he knows it's decision time. But Indy in reverse is saying, I still need more information. There's still something I don't know about the story. About this might be your engineer still doing his probable outcomes. he's still got a few sums he needs to do before he works out whether this is worth investing his time in, possibly. So in the meantime, this is not transforming. This is it was burnt to the ground. You know, this is like your phoenix rising, and the phoenix hasn't risen yet. Now, with the lunar eclipse, you know, that might change things for you, Pisces. I'll be honest, I don't really see that happening. And this isn't really transforming. There's no reward or jackpot just yet because someone's not investing in this. They're not putting their little Page of Pentacles into the program, bringing it up to the 8 and putting it upright. They're not working on this. It feels like a bit of a failure. And we have got the despair card here. So someone is sad about this. Now, there's a lot of pentacles here, Pisces, so it has to be addressed that this may really have a lot to do with someone's financial status, that they're not able to get work, that their investments aren't paying off. Maybe it was in relation to a house. Maybe someone was, you know, buying and selling houses, and then, you know, COVID struck and the markets collapsed and they can't do anything, and they're really focused on getting their money straight before they even, you know, consider reconnecting with you. That's quite possible. Okay, let's take you a little advice card for the lunar eclipse 5th of July. What is that song that I'm getting? Oh, no. I just had it in a personal and it's still in my head. It's not for you, Pisces. What advice do you have for Pisces for the lunar eclipse for the 5th of July, please, Spirit? What advice do you have for Pisces? The Pisces. If you're resonating with the rebel, I'll take that first. What advice do you have for the rebel Pisces? For the 5th of July lunar eclipse, what advice do you have for the rebel Pisces? advice you have for the rebel Pisces? Set your sights higher. Oh no, sorry. It's follow the soul, the voice of your soul. It's very similar to the other one. What advice do you have for the engineer in the Pisces reading? Oh, it's too many. Take charge with authority. Exchange energy to create abundance. Trust and thrive. Good God. And transform and unveil your gifts. Gosh, that's a lot. I'm not reading all that, obviously. The Star Ancestor, he's fantastic. Let's just read that for the Rebel, if that's your side of the story. Please like, subscribe if you would. Oh yeah, I thought he was the Stargazer, it's not. Heed the messages coming directly from your soul. There is a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the world, and there are supporters out there in the universe sending waves of energy to guide you at this time. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information but memories. Your feelings of being drawn on a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. You are being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help light up your corner of the world. So continue following the cosmic guidance that is coming your way. I think the stag for the engineer. Stag. Here we go. Trust and thrive. Come alive and thrive. Say battery. The stag card brings graceful and powerful medicine into your life. In the Celtic traditions, the stag with his crowns of antlers is known as the king of the forest and is a totem that brings protection in challenging times. In Native American traditions, he is greatly loved, for stags and deer have provided food for the people and materials that have allowed them to create medicine items such as drums, rattles and smudge fans. Although the stag has been hunted in the past and still is, he has strength, dignity and poise. When this card arises, it can also represent fertility and sexuality, maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side with your spiritual integrity, supporting you on that journey. Okay, I'll leave it there. I don't really see like a big resolution or much coming together here. I just I see two very different individuals here. So you know, I don't know, but it is a really, or was a lovely friendship, so I hope you get it sorted out.